Rebecca, Lillian, and I live in Malmö, Sweden. I don't really call it anything except sometimes I'll call it God just because that's the word I know. At the most, I'm American English speaking. God, comes easily, but really my concept of God is not a being. I have tried to, there's a period I was working with a teacher, I tried to do, Hispodadus, the one-on-one Hasidic talking to God. And that's hard for me because I don't see God as a being that listens with ears. I see, to me, the God, it's probably Mordechai Kaplan did come closest for me in saying that God is the power that makes for salvation, even though those words don't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. I've worked with them for so long. To me, it means that God is the power that is greater than the sum of any human capability, that if we tap into it, we become better people, and if we collectively tapped into it, we could do amazing things with the talents we've been given. It's also very much connected to, I would say that as much as I don't like theology, the two theologians that I resonate with the most are Kaplan and also Martin Buber, because the idea of creating every moment with another person, or, Buber talked even about experiencing it with a horse when he was a child, having an I and thou moment, and with my dog I have a lot of I and thou moments, but the idea that, any interaction has the potential of being I, it, or I, thou, that to me is where God is. I choose to believe that there is something out there that is much, much greater than animal life on the planet. But I doubt often what is the form of that power and how are people supposed to relate, whether it's God or not, whatever you call it. I prefer to use it, but that sounds so disrespectful, but I don't mean it that way. Because I doubt all the time, I have so many doubts because belief, the state of faith and belief in the world today brings more and more pain and unhappy outcomes, and yet I know that belief and faith can bring meaning and joy and love and amazing outcomes. My doubt is in the form of, what are we doing? What are humans doing? Not me personally. What are we doing wrong that faith or belief is causing so much pain and agony and death and destruction? I know somebody who became an atheist, a rabbi who became an atheist, and he's big time into this Jewish humanistic movement now. And he's posting about it in Facebook all the time. So I said something about that a lot of rabbis would doubt the existence of God in the terms of the God that, we're always talking about. I said, but if there were fewer expectations on us to talk about God, and if we had more freedom to talk about, sort of Mordechai Kaplan-like version of God being the power that brings out the best in us, that would work for me. And his response to me was no, I'm not talking about that. That's bullshit. I'm talking about there's nothing, no God, zero. And that was really good for me to hear because I realized I'm not in his camp. I'm not.